Hola, culers. This is Adrian from No Camp No here, and today I have a special guest with me, Alex from Blaugrana Planet, born and raised in Barcelona, right? Born and raised culé. So we're gonna talk about how it is to actually be a culé in Barcelona and be from here because most of the news that you get probably is from people. If they speak English, that's probably not from the people who are from here. So we've known each other for a while now, and we are part of the anti-Bartomeu team that brought us together a bit. Hi, Alex. How are you doing?
Hey Adrian, thank you for the invite. It's a pleasure to join your podcast, and really I've been a fan of your channel. And in fact, we now that you say about the anti-Bartomeu, we really met at the anti-Bartomeu protests.
Yeah,
When Messi was
yeah,
leave, when he wanted to leave, we went there,
yeah.
and yeah, I can't remember exactly how I met you, but we met there. It was interesting.
Well, that's how it started. But then we became part of the resistance against
Yeah.
the worst in
Yeah,
in the
we did succeed though. We the resistance
yes.
did
Uh,
succeed, so we're good.
yeah. So we can actually start with that. Like, how are your feelings going into this? Because it's been nearly a year since Laporta took over. It's been more than a year since Bartomeu left because obviously it took some time to prepare the elections. Didn't want to do it. Now it's nearly a year with Laporta in charge. How do you feel about Laporta? Is
Well,
it good?
yeah, it's. I think it's much better. Obviously,
Mm.
there's some sort of transparency. There's a feeling that we are in good hands with Bartomeu. Before, I felt like everything was a bit sketchy. I didn't feel like there was a proper management in the club, obviously, and they were hiding a lot of things, and we knew they were hiding a lot of things. The worst is that we didn't know exactly what it was. Right? We could kind of
Yeah,
smell what it was, but we didn't know exactly the degree and the severity of all the things they were hiding. Now with Laporta, I think that first of all we have a proper management in every section, right? First of all, sportive section with Mateo Alemany, and well, we had a really magnific CEO. Yeah, no Bartomeu, thank you.
yeah, yeah. Sorry,
We
I
did,
will. I
yeah.
will. If I type something down, that it's not that I don't listen to you. I just have to
No,
type.
no, it's not. I know you're
Yeah. So
listening for
no
sure.
more. No
No,
more.
what I was saying is that we had a magnificent CEO, where we do still have him. I'm sure that his replacement is going to be some sort of the level. I'm not very worried, but I did really like Ferran Reverter. In fact, I have some connections with my family that know Ferran Reverter. Like indeed was for me, it was like an amazing thing, right? Ferran Reverter, close to my family. Like dude, the guy is the CEO of Barcelona. Like it was a
Yeah.
next level thing. And well, there was a very good references from him. Anyways, I think that again with the replacement, I'm sure that Laporta is going to find somebody that can fit the criteria. And again, in terms of the coach, um, we obviously have Xavi, Ronald Koeman. You know, maybe Laporta waited a bit longer to sack Koeman, and that affected our
Probably.
season.
Yeah.
Probably right. I think, but it all comes down to the economic thing, right? To the economic terms of
Mhm.
Barcelona, because probably we didn't sack Koeman because we were tight on money, right? Because sacking him did involve some compensations, to
Yeah.
Ronald Koeman. I think it was somewhere around 9 to 13 million euro, if I don't
Yeah.
remember wrong.
Something like this. But
Right.
since we didn't qualify for the Champions League, I mean, we didn't get out of group stage. We, in the end, lost the same, more or less, the same amount of money. So you could say that it was an error in the end by Laporta to keep him that long. But I
Right.
mean, many people were like 100% against him. I tried to defend him because I still don't think that his first season was a disaster. I think it wasn't great. Obviously we lost the championship, in a very bad way. But it wasn't a tragedy. Like it wasn't something that Laporta would do if the season was a tragedy, right?
Right. It
But
wasn't a
yeah,
tragedy. The problem was you don't have Messi anymore. Is Ronald
yeah,
Koeman gonna be able to manage one season? Because there was only one season. It was literally a few more months. Not it's probably we sacked him at the beginning of the season, really. So the problem that the damage was already done. So we were already 10th in La Liga. In the Champions League, things weren't going well. The loss against Benfica, you were there. In fact, you were in the stadium and you suffered it directly. And the
yeah,
damage was already done. The issue was, okay, we already lost the Champions League, right? Or we were in a very bad situation in the Champions League, so we are assuming that we're not going to cash in this money. Okay, but the danger was, what if we don't play any European football next season? What if we end up in 10th position, 8th position, 7th position, and we play
yeah,
no Europe, not even Europa League? That would certainly be the biggest blow that Barcelona has had in probably 20 years or more. 20 years or
yeah.
more.
20 years.
And I'm talking pre Ronaldinho, pre
Mm.
Saviola, pre Kluivert, probably back then, because not even with Rivaldo, I think that not even with Rivaldo we were in that position, you know. And so we had to sack him because Xavi, thank God, has been able to manage to get the club in a good way, right? But but obviously the damage was already done, and now we suffer the consequences. Anyways, just a little note. People say, "Oh, the club is broke. The club is broke." Yes, but no. We got a loan of 500 million euros. We have liquidity. we do have liquidity. Yeah.
Make it rain.
I mean,
It's
not make it
borrowed, but
rain,
we
but
still have it. I
it's
mean,
it's not our money. Literally, it's not
yeah,
technically our money, but obviously that increases the debt, which is a problem. But if
mm,
we can make a good move with this money, if we can make it's not one move, it's a lot of
yeah,
moves with this money, then it's only going to be better for us. We can recover the debt earlier, and we can actually increase our potential in terms of sports, right? We can have a better team. And so we do have money. The resume is, we have money. The problem is the wage bill. We need to increase the revenues. Now with Spotify and all of that we're going to talk about in this podcast, we will increase the revenues. Therefore, great things can happen. So believe and patience.
yeah. So if we are talking about revenues and obviously what comes with revenues is more even more money to sign more people and so on. That's how it goes. This was the problem actually with Laporta, that he got the this problem that we don't have money, but if we don't spend money, then we will be even less competitive, and in the end, it all falls apart, right?
Correct. It's exactly
Um,
that. Yeah.
Laporta basically took over and said, "Listen, we have to invest to get results, right?" And this is what actually they did with Ferran Torres, for example, right? So I wanted to ask you on in that more or less the same topic. What do you think about this guy here, Haaland? Sí or no? So basically, what people are fearing right now is that, let's say we have the money to sign him, right? Let's not discuss if we do or not. Let's say we have this money. Um, should we, with this whole financial situation, bet nearly everything, because this will be probably like all of our budget, transfer budget, on just one player? And it's a huge bet, and is a player that has, for example, some problems with injuries, right? It's pretty much recurrent, this injuries of him. So what do you think on this topic? Should we maybe
Wait.
go for
Yeah.
for like 3 or 4 players who are not maybe that great, but they will be better?
Yeah, it's a great question. Well, I think that it's better to have one good player than many mediocre players, right? We do have, in fact, right now, not mediocre, but
Oh,
not
we
the
do have
best
mediocre.
players. Yeah, we we do
Yeah.
have some mediocre, but
Yeah.
no. But again, I think it's better to have some like one very good player, one of the best players in the world, and obviously with a lot of talent. He's 21 years old. This kid. I
Yeah.
mean, he had some injuries, but when you're young, you're adapting, you're learning, and maybe the treatment he's getting is not the best. Or there are probably many hypotheses or many cases why he's having a few injuries. He's not really injury prone, the guy. Like the injuries aren't many, and especially they aren't too important, right? It's not like the player is getting he's breaking his leg every 6 months like Dembele, like Dembele is,
Or Ansu
He's
Fati. I
or
mean,
Ansu Fati. But again, they're young, and a few injuries can happen. They're learning what are the limits, what are not the limits. So again, I think that we need a star player apart from Ansu Fati. I think Ansu Fati is key, but having Ansu Fati, having Haaland, then Ferran Torres, they're all very young, 21 or under, and this is going to secure us. I would say secure, for at least 5 years of football, and high quality level of football.
yeah.
Having Xavi on board makes me think that we are going to be calm, and that these players are going to learn from one of the best coaches, and probably they're going to grow a lot, in terms of skills, in terms of tactical level. So I would bet on Haaland, because we don't need any other players. Literally, we do some reinforcement in defense, but we can get some patches. It sounds like very Bartomeu style. He loved the patches, but it's
Yeah.
Laporta's patches are really due to the economical situation, and not because of the improvisation that Bartomeu was
Mhm.
doing. Like, for example,
Yeah.
Braithwaite, you cannot sign Braithwaite and give him 5 years of a contract. It's
Yeah.
it's just stupid.
So he spent 16 million on Braithwaite, gave him
No,
5 years.
19. I remember. I think it was
19.
19. 19
Okay, so
million on Braithwaite.
whatever it was. I think no, maybe it was 18 actually. Whatever
Give
the
him,
case,
yeah. It's six,
uh,
give him 4 to 5 years of a contract,
and it's quite a huge contract too. I
and,
think
and
I
yeah.
think it's around 5 or 6 million. So that's
Therefore,
pretty much.
that's a patch, because there was a patch. It was made to cover the injury of Ousmane Dembele, and Luis Suarez was injured as well. Well, some improvisation that was a complete mess. But then you are getting a patch that is technically not a patch, because it's a patch, but a patch is just until you recover, right? It's like when you
Yeah,
put a patch on
like
your tire.
Aubameyang, let's say,
I mean, see,
or Dani
Aubameyang.
Alves,
See,
right?
it's the patch is perfect. First of
Mm.
all, you're bringing a quality player like Aubameyang. Man, you can't compare Aubameyang to Braithwaite. Aubameyang has been top scorer of the
No,
Bundesliga over
I mean,
Lewandowski. Has been top scorer of the Premier League. Braithwaite, man, not even top scorer of Leganés. You know
no,
what I mean?
no,
Like,
come
dude,
on.
it was
I
it was
mean,
not even the top scorer of Leganés.
no. Aubameyang has more talent in his finger than Braithwaite in his whole body. I mean,
Exactly. Therefore,
uh,
and also the contract of Aubameyang. Aubameyang, I think is what is it? 1 year and a half. We can decide if he leaves or not, and
yeah.
then if he stays, it's going to be a 3-year contract. 3-year contract, and he's not earning anything crazy. You know what I mean? So it's a patch, but
I
it's a
think
well
it's
done patch.
free. I think it's 3 years or 5 years, whatever it is, just for accounting reasons. The real contract is 1.5 years.
Right.
It's just
So
spread over more years for the accounting. So
yeah. So at
actually,
the end
what?
of the day,
Yeah.
it's basically the fact that we are getting quality players, and we are not improvisating. We're not. It's not improvisation. It's not a freestyle.
Mm, yeah.
It's actually due to the economical situation that is dramatic because of the improvisation of Bartomeu, obviously. So, in
Yeah.
conclusion, Erling Haaland, yes for me, bro, 100%.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, for me, it's he's also a yes. Uh, I think what we need actually he's a finisher. I mean, I even today I looked at all his goals. like 49 goals in 49 games in Bundesliga. That's crazy if you think about it. It's just numbers close to Ronaldinho when he started in Barcelona, right? Nearly a goal every game. And he's not a guy that will create stuff, but he will finish. When he gets the ball, he will finish. And that's what we need. We have a lot of creation, but nobody to actually execute except for Ansu, which we know is a complicated story. So we're not going to discuss that. We don't know what's going to happen with him. Let's go to the sport. What actually happened? The viewers of our channel didn't have. They weren't happy, let's say, about the draw against Espanyol, and all of them wanted me to ask you, how do you feel about Espanyol? Like, if you're born in Barcelona, what are your feelings? Like, you're a Barca fan, right? Do you treat it as a rivalry, really? Because they treat it as a rivalry, right?
You said
If
it.
we have the game at Cornellà Prat, like 80% of the chants are not in favor of their team, not supporting their team, but with
Yeah,
a
they're
Barca flag.
against us, they're like insulting us. You said
Yeah,
it. I think there is a rivalry, but from their side. We treat them as mediocre team, second division team that is on outside Barcelona, because their stadium is in Cornellà, which is, for the people of Poland, is just outside Barcelona. It's like, you see the city, Cornellà is outside the city,
yeah,
So it's not Barcelona. They call themselves Espanyol of Barcelona, but their stadium is outside Barcelona, and also their training ground is literally like on the other side, the
yeah.
other side,
Across
like
the
touching,
city
yeah,
in
touching,
Badalona, yeah.
yeah, in Badalona. So it's like, all right, we have our training grounds outside Barcelona, which is, well, Johan Cruyff Stadium and all of that. Okay, the training grounds, that's all right. But the stadium is like in the middle of the city. It's like in the middle of the city. We have Camp Nou, boom, and it's the biggest
Yeah.
stadium in Europe, boom. These
And
people,
what's funny is that we're actually in Barcelona, not that far away, because they were previously in Serie A. Then they moved to Montjuic because they sold the stadium, actually.
yeah, the ground. They
Yeah, the
actually
ground.
demolished.
Yeah,
They demolished their stadium.
what a
Because
great idea that was.
yeah, it's
So
amazing.
they went to Montjuic, which is not a great location because there's no metro, no buses. It's kind of hard to reach. And now they have like the stadium is fine. I've been there. The stadium itself it's okay, but it's not in Barcelona, right? So this will create jokes like every time we speak to them.
I mean, it's clear. I mean, it's forever. And in fact, there's a funny part. It irritates them a lot, right? The fact that it's in Cornellà. And one day, I remember there was a game, Espanyol Barcelona, like maybe 2-3 years ago. Busquets got an interview after the game. The typical interview. You finish the game, you go there,
Yeah.
and he said, "Well, when we come here to Cornellà," he said, "when we come here to Cornellà, they put us. There is a lot of intensity. Well, and whatever." He finished the sentence. And then Espanyol, actually, the actual club tried to file like a complaint to La Liga because Busquets said Cornellà. Because Busquets said Cornellà. And they created a big mess. What do you mean? The stadium is in Cornellà, bro. It's like it's Cornellà, bro. You go Google Maps. It's Cornellà. It's Cornellà. Like, what do you mean? Do you want us to call Cornellà Barcelona? Do you want us to, like, I don't know, like, these people, they live in a matrix. They live in a matrix, and it's the Cornellà matrix. The metaverse, all this cryptocurrency stuff.
Yeah.
The metaverse, bro. These people live in the Cornellà metaverse, bro.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Yeah. I don't know if you've ever been there to the stadium. I've been to
I
the
was there, but
derby.
not during a game. Actually, there during a game because just my friend invited me. I went there to see the Powerade Stadium. Back then, it was called Powerade.
Mm.
And I was there. I looked a bit. It's okay. It's nothing special. I think 25,000 people can fit in. I can't remember. I don't. I don't go to Cornellà
For
normally. I don't go to Cornellà. Cornellà is
nobody
outside the
does.
city.
I mean, there's nothing there.
It's a dead place.
Yeah. So I've been there 2 years ago for the game. First thing is that the listeners and the viewers have to know is that we don't get away tickets. So it's not like we can go to away sector and cheer from then, because a few years back when they were in Montjuic, there was some issue with fireworks or whatever, so now they don't even sell us tickets. So if you want to go there, you have to buy a ticket like an Espanyol fan, which hurts because you have to pay them the money, give them the money, the club. So I paid like, I don't know, 90 or 100 euros, something like this, for a game like 2 years ago, and it was a 2-2 draw. So basically the same as we had just now on this weekend. And honestly, I've never seen this much hate against Barca. Like, I've been to some stadiums other than Camp Nou, and none of it compares. Like, it was a zoo, man. It was like a freaking zoo.
It is.
Everything was connected to Barca, not the Espanyol. It was anti Barca, Spanish flags everywhere. Which is also funny because the whole communication of Espanyol is in Catalan, right? So they want to mm, be treated like the Catalan club, but honestly, there's Spanish flags there, so they don't even know
It's
what to
just
do.
they feel so small. The only thing that they can do is bark at the big dog. Wow, wow, wow. This little dogs. It's a perfect comparison.
Oh
The
yeah,
the
exactly.
smaller the dog, the more they bark. And then the big
Yeah,
dog is there like looking, doing nothing.
yeah,
The smaller the dog. Wow, 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 wow. That's
yeah.
exactly what they do. It's exactly what they do. You know what? I
That's
ignore
true.
them, bro. The big dog ignores, bro. They chill.
Oh,
They ignore.
one more thing I remember. There were some Japanese tourists, or I don't know, Chinese, Asian tourists, whatever. They had Barca shirts, obviously not Espanyol shirts. So probably I think they were in Barcelona, but there was no game at the Camp Nou. That they were like, okay, let's go there to see the derby, right? And there was this huge guy at the entrance, like this big, like 2x2, and he didn't let them in to the sector because they had shirts. So it's just like, what the hell are you doing, man? I mean, they paid for tickets, just let them in. And he didn't let them in, so they had to get the steward to help them, and yeah, in the end, they got to the seats, and then the whole sector was just like shouting at them, saying like, showing them
You know,
really unfriendly stuff,
in Camp Nou,
which is kind of weird because
in Camp
in Camp
Nou,
Nou,
yeah.
we don't care. I mean,
We don't. I mean, maybe there's like a comment, like like take that shirt away.
yeah,
But as a joke,
no,
we
but it
wouldn't
wasn't
we wouldn't like
like,
whoa, like everybody jumping
no,
like oh, and even more against the Japanese tourists. Like, dude,
yeah.
that we don't care. Maybe he becomes an Espanyol fan after 1 hour. This guy. But obviously nobody knows Espanyol outside of Cornellà. So
so we have to talk about the game. How are your feelings, your
well.
sensaciones?
I felt I knew that it was going to be a very intense game because for them it's the most important game of the season. They don't
That's true.
play any other competition outside of La Liga that they can succeed to a minimal level. Like, to a minimal level means not going to second division, which sometimes they do. By the way,
Yeah.
there is a video on my Instagram when we took them down to second division. Me throwing 100, man, I swear, 20 rockets out of my balcony, bro. And the rockets were like fat rockets, bro. They were like, it's like a palm tree, bro. Like, colors and everything. More than 20 rockets. And I live in Sarriá, which was, their Mecca. It was their Mecca.
Oh,
So
so
there is
you
a lot
should
of
be an
Espanyol.
Espanyol
Yeah.
fan then. Yeah.
No, bro. Nah, come on. And there's a lot of
Okay.
Espanyol fans around the place, So imagine me throwing 20 rockets, bro. Boom, boom. throwing 20 rockets the day that we took them to second division was unreal. There's a video on my
It
Instagram.
was it was July 2020, and there was a huge celebration in front of Camp Nou after that game. Obviously, we couldn't get in because we
Of
were
the
playing
COVID, yeah.
behind closed doors. But I lived back then. I lived just next to Camp Nou, like 100 meters away. So there were many fans around, and it was like a huge celebration. I made a tribute video just a few days ago as well about this event because it was so funny. Like, not only they got relegated, but also only on the game against us. It was just perfect.
I just, man,
So
I just wish that we were there in the stadium, because,
yeah,
man, imagine then the whole thing. Oh, Segunda! Oh, man, it would have been epic, bro. It would have been epic.
yeah,
But you know what? Whatever. It's done. It didn't happen. We
yeah,
threw the rockets at least, and that's it.
yeah. There were some coffins with Espanyol name on the coffins. It was just crazy, around the Camp Nou.
Right.
But the game itself, well, it was a draw. It wasn't great.
Yeah,
So
well, the game was very intense. I think that
yeah,
we dominated a good amount of the game. We just didn't close the game because of some circumstances. We just couldn't score. Gavi scored. We were there, and then it was disallowed for this
yeah, that's it.
millimetrical offside, which is kind of a nonsense, because you don't have any advantage if you are 2 centimeters further, than the other opponent. Like, you don't have an advantage for 2 centimeters. I think they in this kind of rules they should give, like, maybe, I don't know, like a quarter of a meter, at least of a, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but then you have the problem with calculating the quarter of a meter. Then, like, if it's 24 centimeters, 26, it's the same problem, right?
Right. Oh,
But
okay, yeah, I
I
feel
think
you.
if it was for Real Madrid, it wouldn't be cancelled. This goal.
Oh no, oh, absolutely
Uh,
not. And it would have been,
yeah,
and they would have probably called the penalty. There's a penalty on their favor.
yeah,
It would have been crazy. Like, imagine Piqué was the one confronting Melamed. When they were head to head,
mhm.
it would have been a red card for Piqué, 100%, if it was against Madrid. And if it
Yeah.
was, instead of Piqué, it was Casemiro, it would have been, vamos, nothing. It would have been like, oh, Casemiro,
Like
no problem,
yesterday.
man, chill down. Yeah, like yesterday,
Did you see the game
they,
yesterday?
yeah, they
He,
they
he
do
choked him
butcher.
like that, and he didn't get a red card. I mean, what the fuck?
No, and there's also like tackles, like, I don't know, like almost to the knee, and no, it's nothing. For Barcelona, dude, I remember Frankie de Jong doing a tackle with the knees closed, like he went like, you can go like
Yeah,
this. He went like this because he couldn't stop himself. He was gliding.
yeah,
He got like a, I don't know, I can't remember if it was a red card, but it
yeah.
was
It was a
unreal.
red
It's
card.
like, these
Yeah,
people is,
yeah,
against Barcelona, everything is allowed, and Madrid, it's unreal. But it's what it is. We're competing in La Liga. Maybe it could be a good idea to the independence of Catalonia, just for to join the French league, or I don't know, become like Monaco, dude, or we create our own league, with Andorra. I don't know, man. You can be creative. Join the Premier League, bro. Imagine, man, Barca in the Premier League, bro.
So this is actually one of the questions I had prepared before. Every 17th minute at Camp Nou, you have this shout "E Inda Independencia," right? So it's been like this since I don't know for how many years, but at least since 2016 when I moved to Barcelona. It's always been like this. How do you feel about this? Are you? I mean, it doesn't really matter if you can tell me if you're for or against independence if you want, but just
It's
do you
debatable.
think that's yeah? But do you think that's it's uh, like Barcelona? It's not officially connected to any
It
independence
depends. No,
organizations,
no.
right?
I mean,
But
Bartomeu was on
like
the side of non-independence.
yeah, he
Laporta
was
is on the
very
side. Yeah, he was very,
neutral.
neutral. I wouldn't say neutral. I
Like
think he was more on the side of non-independence, because
or yeah.
he didn't discriminate the independent people, because that would have been a crime to like the freedom of speech. It would have been absurd. He would have gotten a vote of no confidence much earlier if he had done that. But I think that Laporta is pro-independence, but it doesn't mean that the club should be pro-independence. Okay, the club is neutral. The club is
Yeah.
neutral. There are fans and members that are pro-independence. There are fans and other members that are non-pro-independence. Therefore, we should respect all of them. If there are people shouting Catalunya, Independencia in minute 17, then let them do it. If there is people that want to shout Viva España in the minute whatever, they can do
Obviously,
it as
will never
well.
happen.
But I believe you, I
Uh,
believe me that will never happen,
yeah.
because
No,
yeah, you know what I mean. So in
no.
Catalonia, most of the Catalans, it's not like, oh, they love Spain. They don't love Spain. But some of them say, look, the independence might be a big trouble. So maybe we can stay in Spain and maybe negotiate a better deal with Spain, so we can become a bit more independent without being fully independent. You know what I mean? So it would be like a deal, like an agreement. But there are some other radicals that just want independence. I want complete like break, like a wall, a Trump wall or whatever. Not obviously a wall.
Yeah.
I'm exaggerating a lot, but you know what I mean. They want to break from Spain and all of that, with all the consequences involved, which would be a bit harsh. I bet it's not going to be easy, right? And economically wise, but we're not going to turn this into a politics
No, no, no.
politics
Let's
about
not.
that.
Let's
No,
not.
anyway, so yeah, let them shout independence. I do shout independence as well, because
Yeah.
you know why? I told you it's very debatable if I am or not.
Mm,
Sometimes I say we should. Some other times I say, look, maybe we should wait, or we should consider a better deal.
mm.
So I'm into the independence, and in fact, I like shouting a lot hard. You know why?
Yeah.
Because then people from my surroundings start shouting as well. That's cool.
Yeah. I always look at the people, and it's like most of them are not shouting, but at the same time, people at Camp Nou are not extremely loud. Just,
Yeah, you know why?
just leave it at
Because there
this.
is there is a good hypothesis for this, is that the stadium is open, right? So the stadium is
Yeah.
very open. So when you shout, it's like it gets lost. It doesn't get
Mm,
lost, like people can hear you. But in a stadium that is closed, the vibe would be probably twice the loud, because it
mm,
like echoes in that thing.
yeah.
And in Camp Nou, it's open. Therefore, you can say, oh, people are quiet. There are a lot of people that just come and watch the game.
Yeah.
But imagine if it was closed, so the people that are watching the game would get like infected by this, by the vibe, and would actually be willing to shout as well, because they can hear big noise, and they would be invited to shout as well. Therefore, once we have the new stadium, I think the vibe is going to become crazier. Obviously, we need to remodulate the stadium.
I think so, and it's a good segue to another topic that we have here
Mm-hmm.
about the Spotify and stadium name change, or in general, as Pi Barça. We've been actually together to the exhibition before the vote for or against the new Espai Barça that we did. Obviously, nearly everybody voted yes. What's your opinion on the stadium? Like, I know that it will happen, so we don't have to discuss like if we should or shouldn't. Do you like the project, and do you like the name change? Because for now it should be Spotify Camp Nou, but what if it was, for example, Spotify Arena or whatever? Would you be?
Good question, and
Yeah,
good
because
topic.
now it's not a problem. Everybody's gonna just call it Camp Nou, right? Nobody say,
Yeah,
"Oh,
no,
we
it's all
go
right.
into Spotify Camp Nou," right?
No, it's
But
it's
if
all
they
about
change it, I mean,
it's all about the TV. When it says Spotify Camp Nou, it's all about, people are gonna
yeah,
call it Camp Nou anyways. But it's, maybe if we had it for years and years, maybe if the deal is extended for I don't know how many years, maybe my sons, if I ever have some, they'll be like, let's go to Spotify Camp Nou, because they have never like really heard that it was just called Camp Nou. They call it Spotify Camp Nou because they think
Then
that's
you
the
will be
name.
like, shut up, don't use this name.
No, I'll be like,
You just
whatever, that if they're gonna pay us good amount of money. And look, it's a good question, by the way. We went to this exhibition and I gave you the notebooks, the little.
oh,
Yeah, you
I
still have
still
the
have
note.
them.
Yeah, okay. Well,
I
one day
still have
you'll
them.
give them
Yes.
back. Yeah, because I put them
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
bag, in your bag. Yeah, whatever.
yeah.
I think I like the stadium. I like the new stadium. I did like better the one of Norman Foster, which was the first stadium that Laporta, he created the project, by Norman Foster, which was very nice. It was very nice looking,
Mhm.
although it was probably 15 years ago. So the stadium that you can build now is going to be better than the stadium that you could build 15 years ago. There's also going to be PV systems, which is solar panels, better energy.
Mhm.
Right now, the energy in Camp Nou is about to explode, it seems. And
Yeah,
yeah, it's going to be covered. There's going to be screens. There's going to be colors. There's going to be better seats. We're not going to be showered while it rains.
that's good.
It's definitely good, because
Because
in my
what
place I get
happens
the water.
sometimes now, what happens sometimes is I don't remember which game it was, but it was this season when it was like raining, really cats and dogs, and it was
It
like
was, yeah. I was
everybody
there.
was like hiding.
Really, I was
Oh,
there, and I had to hide, and
mm.
in fact, I couldn't find the seat. So I had to stand
Oh
up
shit!
for the game. Yeah, which was a pain in
No,
the ass.
I I found it. Just I was sitting at the corner,
Hmm.
just next to Tribuna, but the roof above Tribuna is just a bit like extends on the corner side because you can't go to the Tribuna because it's
Yeah, they
the
closed it down.
seats.
Yeah.
It's closed down. You cannot go there, but you can be really very close to the Tribuna and still be under the roof. But what happens? I remember also like one game a few years back when it was raining and it was like a waterfall on the on some people's seats, so they couldn't actually sit when they had the tickets in the seats. They
Right.
had to move, and it wasn't that easy to move because the stadium was packed. It wasn't before no pandemic. Messi was here, so obviously it was way more people than now. It was funny. So the stadium needs a change, definitely.
Yeah, we do
And
need a
what
change.
about Spotify? It's fine for you. You like?
Spotify, I think it's better than all these cryptocurrency
Yeah.
sponsors. Vegan Nation, I saw. Look, if we have Vegan Nation on my shirt, bro,
Shit.
no way. I don't know. Nothing against vegan people. Nothing against the collective. Nothing. It's the fact.
Mm.
Who is Vegan Nation? And I saw the
Yeah.
project. It's some sort of cryptocurrency for vegans. What does have to be
What?
cryptocurrency? What's with vegans, man?
What?
Like what's the what's the
Well,
relation? Some dumb stuff.
so
Anyways, I
so
don't
they
want
use
that.
the miners are vegan. That they are not using animals to mine the current
Yeah,
cryptocurrencies.
they shouldn't use euros. You should use a vegan nation token, like dude, whatever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Anyways, I like cryptocurrencies. In fact, I think Polkadot is nice. Maybe if we had Polkadot here on the sleeve, it would be cool. We have Spotify and Polkadot, dude. I buy the shirt every day.
Maybe we'll still will have them because the
Uh,
sleeve is actually not sold yet. I
in
mean,
fact, I think Spotify is a good relation. I think that people, Barça is related to Spotify. It's gonna bring us new fans, because Spotify is well known, right? So
yeah,
it's gonna bring us new fans, young fans as well. So we're gonna grow. Vegan Nation is only gonna bring us bills. It's only gonna bring us money, and maybe we can lose fans because of the Vegan Nation. People are I
maybe
don't know,
you don't know.
but Spotify, the relation is good, even though we get paid less than other offers that we had. I think it's good because it can increase the business and we can grow the business. Linking to Spotify is good because Spotify is a very well-known brand, and we can, like take their fans and kind of drag them into Barcelona. They're gonna have the interest to promote us as well in some way, promote this connection. And there's people, oh, Spotify doesn't pay the musician. Man, look, listen, if the musician agrees to have the music in Spotify, then it's what it is. It's the
Yeah,
Spotify. It's not Spotify getting their music into the app? Is the musician uploading the music into Spotify, right? And what do you have to say? It's the market, bro. It's the market.
Yeah.
Let the market be.
Yeah, I mean, I personally I love it because I think it will be the best sponsor in years. Like we had Rakuten and what happened with that? Like
Qatar Foundation, dude. That then they
that
got
was
us
even
Qatar
worse,
Airways, dude.
obviously.
Yeah, Qatar Airways. I have right there. I swear that
Yeah,
shirt. I
you
only
still
have it.
support.
I only have it right there because it's
Yeah.
signed by like Messi, Neymar, Suarez, and a bunch more. Otherwise, I take that off, bro. I take that off. I have many
Yeah.
other shirts here. I have even Stoichkov's shirt signed. I have hundreds of shirts. By the way, these things that I hanged here, I can change them. So I can open it and I can change the shirt, so I can keep on
Oh, cool.
changing. Yeah. So it's cool. It's pretty interesting. So I could actually change it. But that shirt, like you can't see the signatures from here, but like they're very nicely done, like they did take care doing the signatures. It's actually like a friend of the press they gave it to me, so it's not like one
Yeah.
kid there in the like trying to get a signature and the player signs a
Yeah.
crappy sign in the corner. Like, no, it's like well done, it's,
No.
yeah, basically.
Yeah, that's how I got my Ansu signature with the personal, touch. Like
Hmm.
For Adrian, it was
Yeah,
super
you need
fun.
like a contact. Yeah, exactly. So I
Yeah,
have a Messi shirt,
it's
in
not
fact.
easy.
I have also
Yeah,
a Messi shirt that's like para Alex, for signed by Messi, which is very special.
okay.
I don't have it right here. Also have a Cruyff thingy, but the problem is that, see here I have a lot. This is my
Mm.
house. My house is not very big. I don't want to have a museum. You know what I mean? I want to have
Yeah,
my corner, for my videos and stuff. But the rest of the house is there's no more because I have more. The problem is that I don't want to make this the Camp Nou museum.
yeah. I mean, and also you're not 15 anymore, so
Exactly.
if
So
you
if
have
if
people over,
if
it would be
if
like big.
exactly, they're gonna be like, man, this guy, what? This
Yeah,
guy's some
but
crazy guy.
I know what you mean because I have the same problem. Obviously, the apartments in Barcelona are not that big, and we don't really get a lot of space here in Barcelona because it's freaking expensive everywhere. So I just have my shirts packed, and all these
Yeah.
gadgets
No.
that
Yeah.
I had over the years.
Right.
Yeah,
And like people already like think I'm kind of crazy with this I have right here. Imagine if I
yeah,
have like Johan Cruyff here, Stoikov here, Guardiola there, Xavi. No, it would be crazy. It would be unreal. But I do like collecting stuff. So
mm,
I have trading cards. I
yeah.
have books. I have all sorts of stuff, man. Like a lot of things.
Yeah. I just got this right here,
Yeah, it's a sick one,
signed
man.
signed by the Pope. It's still not really unpacked because and it's on some carton stuff because I'm
That's cool,
still
man.
creating the studio, the No Camp No studio. It's still in the
Perfect.
works. We have it a bit more complicated than you because my wife works in this room as well. So I cannot put everything because she will keep me like
She's gonna do
like
a video conference and like everything is gonna be like they're gonna be like, dude,
yeah, pretty
you
much.
really like
So
Barca, right? Yeah.
yeah. She's a socia, but she doesn't like football that much, really.
Cool, man.
But yeah, she's on a waiting list for the season ticket.
Awesome,
We'll
bro.
see
Yeah.
how it goes.
We'll see,
Maybe
man.
yeah, with the Spy Barca, should be easier
They should get there's I think there's
with the
ten
bigger
thousand or
stadium.
12,000 people in the waiting list. There's gonna be a good amount of
Yeah.
seats being. I don't know. We will see. We will see.
Yeah.
Hopefully, hopefully.
Um, next thing I wanted to ask you about. I mean, people were like asking about it. What's the deal with Sergi Roberto, with Catalans and Sergi Roberto? Why do you have him as a captain? Why do you love him so much? Why do you? I mean, you, not you, Alex, but you as a
Yeah,
whole,
no, no, I get
Catalans.
it. I get it.
You seem to be very supportive of him. And like personally for me, if he wasn't Catalan, maybe if he was like Portuguese, he would be like out of here.
No, I'll
Nobody
explain
works
it to you.
like
It's easy. Look, here in Catalonia, there is this vibe, rumors on the social media saying, "Oh, you protect Piqué, you protect Alba, you protect Busquets, you protect." Man, listen. First of all, we're talking about Sergi Roberto, but let me make a little note here. Piqué, legend of the club, and he's performing nicely under Xavi. Busquets, key role player. I know he's slow sometimes. He's getting slower, and he isn't
he
that
was never
fast.
fast.
He's never fast. He's never fast. He's getting slower over the years, but he still dominates the game. But people are so used to his quality that when he plays well, they don't say anything because they're used to it. They're used to it. And if he does a mistake, whoa, out, Busquets out, Piqué out, Alba out, everybody out, Xavi out. Well, okay, listen, relax. When they play well, what do? Nothing, right? You enjoy, you celebrate, right? Then appreciate more what they do well. Appreciate more. Sergi Roberto, it's another story. Okay, we open the door to Sergi Roberto here.
Yeah.
Let's
not the same level as Piqué and
No,
Busquets.
not at all. Not at all. I understand he comes from La Masia. Sergio Roberto was an offensive midfielder. Reconverted into a right back because of Bartomeu not signing a right back. Because he was adding patches, we had Semedo, we had Digne, we had, I don't know how many right backs we had, like nothing, like none of them worked. It must be stupid, like how many right backs do you need? Find a good one. After Dani Alves left, it was like nobody could replace Dani Alves. We had
we spent years to get Dani Alves.
And in the meantime, Sergi Roberto sacrificed himself and went to the right back position. He could pretty much have played instead of Rafinha, for example, in the midfield. He could have been a sub for the midfield, right? No, he chose to go to the right back position. I respect that. But obviously, it's not his position. Therefore, he was never overperforming. It was only very limited performance, right? He does have some skills. It's interesting because, he can go into the middle, but he's never going to give you the width.
And he has two iconic plays. Obviously, the remontada against Paris and the Madrid at Bernabeu.
Yeah, exactly. The run, exactly. Again, yeah.
It's been some years.
No, but aside from that, people think that, oh, you like him. First of all, who said I like him? Nobody. There's a fake rumor in the news, in Twitter and all that stuff. There's so much crap against Catalonia when Barcelona is Catalonia and Catalonia is Barcelona, and people are attacking the Catalans because we support our players. We support it, like the word says, we support it's basic. You support your players. But no, people, and I get very heated on this because they attack me. Like, what did I say? I didn't say anything. It's not like, I made a video.
It's not, like I made a video. About you personally.
No. But there's a lot of people that they feel the same as me because there's this rumor. They say, oh, he's protected by the Catalan. Man, what are you talking about? The coaches have been using Sergi Roberto, except Xavi. Were the coaches Catalan? No. Then what are you talking about? But here in Barcelona, we don't create toxicity against our players because that hurts our players. When that was created against Coutinho, when you give a chance to Coutinho and he starts underperforming, I saw some people whistling, attacking Coutinho. Like, dude, what are you doing? You're throwing stones to yourself. You want the player to improve? Then give him a chance. Support him. Maybe then he will improve. But if you attack him...
Do you support Dembele right now?
And what a question, bro. I'm not talking about Dembele, okay? It's a different story.
I mean...
No, listen. No, you didn't get it. I talked about Coutinho when we were giving him chances, okay? The first 6 months were very good. He was coming from Liverpool, he had some freedom. Then he started underperforming. He was playing on the left, he was playing on the right, never as an offensive midfielder, you know. Coutinho came in to replace Iniesta. He never did play in the position of Iniesta. Okay, he was never even a player exactly like Iniesta. Anyways, people started criticizing him too early. And Camp Nou is a big pressure. Big pressure. You can't whistle your players. You can't whistle your players. That is stupid. It's anti-nature. Anti-nature. So people attacking Sergi Roberto, it makes me sick. It makes me sick. And this is probably what people say, oh, you protect Sergio. No. Have I said Sergio Roberto is perfect? You should stay? No. Have I made the video saying I love Sergio Roberto? No. No. I never will. But I wouldn't create toxicity against my players, you know, because I have a little glimpse of faith that I could recover the player. And less, and I would even less criticize and create toxicity about the player if he was from La Masia. He was from La Masia. Dembele, different story. Sorry, he doesn't want to renew. This guy has never gave an interview in 4 years. He doesn't know how to speak. He gets injured every 2 days, and he smokes shisha in the weekends. You know, and we signed him for 150 million, 100 I don't know how many million. This guy is laughing at the club. His agent is literally playing around with the club, and this guy doesn't deserve anything. And this guy deserves to be whistled, right? Then yes, and then yes. Then yes. But it's a different story. And Dembele is about to leave the club as well. We know he's about to leave. Sergi Roberto should be leaving the club as well. And I think that Sergi Roberto should have pride now. And this is important what I'm going to say. You should know when to leave the club. You should know when to leave the club. Right? You should know. Yeah. And Sergi Roberto possibly, maybe, it's been 2 or 3 years, his position in the midfield, man, you're not going to get that back. Are you the best right back in the game? Are you a good sub right back? Are you actually a natural? No. Then it's your time to move on and go find a place where you can play in the offensive midfield or in the midfield or in any position. And that's what you should do.
What's funny is that
so he should leave. He should leave.
Now, actually, we have Dani Alves playing as a right back, but then he moves to
well, he did it in one game. He did it against Atletico.
We'll see if it continues, but this would be actually the first time that Sergi Roberto's skills in the midfield would be useful. But I don't think they will renew him. And from what we hear, he's already looking at.
Well, yeah, this rumor just appeared. I don't know if it's true or not. We will see. I guess we will see in the next couple months, because there's going to be pressure on Sergi Roberto. If he gets minutes and he plays well, he could still be used as a patch for the right back. Dani Alves is there. Sergino Dest is there. You know, he has no space in the club. Now is his time to go. Now is definitely his time to go.
Not with the salary. Yeah. I mean, maybe he could have some role in the club, but not with like 10 millions of salary.
Right. So, but overall, to make it short, is the fact that we shouldn't create toxicity about the players. We should give constructive criticism, constructive opinions. When you create toxicity, it's nothing good for anybody, not even for yourself. That is, the person that is creating the toxicity, not even for themselves. Therefore, we said it. Look, Sergio Roberto doesn't have space in the club. Okay, then he should go. But I'm not going to be tweeting, oh, Sergio Roberto, being the little dog barking like Espanyol, you know? I don't want to be the little dog barking.
Don't be like
Don't be the little dog barking. Don't be like Espanyol. Then relax.
I think that's a good way to end this talk. It was really nice to have you on our channel, not here in the studio, but believe me, next if it's ready, all this is ready, I'm asking you here to do the face-to-face,
cool,
not on like a stream on Zoom Yard, and yeah, we'll stay in touch. Thanks for
100%.
being here, and I'm sure that the fans will now appreciate and will know a few more things about how it is.
Thank you, Adrian, again for the invite. It's a pleasure, and who knows, maybe we can do the next one on my channel.
Yeah, cool. Why not? Sure. I'm still waiting for the Camp Nou video to drop.
Yeah, there is. I thought about it the other day. I have it there. It's recorded, but it's not edited. That's a problem. But
I do. Yeah,
soon.
yeah. Cool. So we're waiting. Okay, thanks. So Alex from Blaugrana Planet. Remember to follow him. The link will be in the description. Uh, he's like a one-man army, pretty much doing all the posts. So that's amazing work that you do. And yeah,
Thank you. I
take
appreciate
care.
your work as well, man. Thank you so much, Adrian.
Take care, man. Take care. See you.
All the best.